want to see him break it.
Chin tucked boxing, baby.
Yep, you know what it is, man. This is, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Slay. I'm about to wreck your chin with this one, man. Before I check your chin, let me please remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. We still a growing channel here, and I'm going to be dropping more consistently content. I promise. I've been out of my bag for a little bit, but I'm now about to get back into my bag. This is a topic that I think a lot of people are either sleeping on, don't appreciate, or they have a point in, what the fuck PBC doing with this type of card. Let's break it down real quick. Let's start off with PBC, man, and PBC decision to put this card as a pay-per-view card in January. Now, shout out to the Boxing Voice. The Boxing Voice put this clip out.
In these dudes' heads that they trying to fight in January, they ain't no fucking main event, man. Don't nobody know David ass, man. You gotta
combined,
learn.
Them niggas ain't got 1 million followers. Combined, they ain't got 1 million followers, Ness.
I don't know what they got. I know they gotta learn. Like my man did 175, then he did 62. Then they put you on the undercard. Like, bruh, like that, I mean, keep building. I'm afraid that you're gonna do a show in January and it's not gonna be successful.
Nah, he ain't about his dance partner, man.
Because he's Morrell. Nobody knows Morrell.
So that leaves a really good question, man. That leaves a very interesting question. If David Benavides did not do too well when it came to the Killer Plant card, but they did the Boo Boo Andre card, if he did not do that well, quote unquote, from what Boxing Voice is saying, as a headliner, and that's the reason why PBC then put him on the undercard of Tank Davis fights twice, why would you put him back in the pay-per-view market right away with this card, with this fighter, with David Morrell? Now, shout out to David Morrell. I've been knowing about David Morrell now for a good 4 fights. I'm gonna be honest with you. But he only has a handful of fights anyway. Come on, let's be real. But I've seen his last 4 fights. The guy is skilled, man. The guy is big. The guy is long. The guy is athletic. He is southpaw, and he has crack with both hands. In my opinion, David Benavides got his hand full with this one, which I'm gonna get into a little bit later on. Stay tuned for that part. But PBC, I understand what you're doing. You guys, you stacked this card. Your last few cards has been competing with His Excellency. Your cards have been so stacked because you've seen how the Excellency in Saudi Arabia has been stacking his cards. So now your cards are competing with him. I agree with you. This card is crazy. I would pay for this card, but it still needs, I'm a hardcore boxing fan. So for the casual market, man, you still need a little sprinkle of that main event juice, man. You still need a little bit of that salt, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. You still need a Tank Davis fighting a Roach on that card. Now, we will be mad at the main event. We will be like, oh, why the fuck Tank Davis fighting Roach on this card? We would say, of course we would say that. But that card is so stacked, it would be undeniable buy. It would be an undeniable buy if you had Tank Davis on this card with David Benavides and David Morrell as a co-main and still had this roster of fighters on that card. I would gladly pay $80, $90 for that fight, for that card. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm pretty sure a lot of boxing fans would as well. But this fight is a headliner. Boxing Voice has a point, man. You hear the guy say in the background, neither one of these guys have 1 million followers on Instagram put together. Now, it's a shame that boxing has been relegated to, of course, Instagram followers. These guys, in my opinion, if I'm a hardcore boxing fan, in my opinion, I know these guys from the ring and I'll watch these guys fight. I did not think about following these guys on Instagram until I started making content about them, to be honest with you. Because on Instagram, we have an Instagram here on this channel, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really on there. Usually I'm on my private social media accounts, and I have other social media projects that I'm working on. So following certain fighters, especially a guy like David Morrell, has not come across my table after only watching 4 of his fights. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm a hardcore boxing fan. But I digress. Do Boxing Voice, this is the first question of this video. Does the Boxing Voice have a point? Is this fight really pay-per-view worthy? Would you be paying pay-per-view money for this fight in January? The entire card now, remember the card is stacked. Would you be paying your hard-earned money for a David Benavides fight versus David Morrell, who is a well-known amateur but not so well-known professional fighter? Now, let's break down the fight real quick. Now, me and my boy Mon kind of got into it. We had a conversation slightly on Facebook about this fight. And he said it was too early and that David Morrell is too green for Benavides. Now, I don't want to fight back against that. I want to get my boy Mon on here later on, hopefully. But I'm going to break it down right here on this video. David Morrell is a well-versed fighter. he has a very extensive amateur background. His amateur pedigree is almost in comparison to guys like Lomachenko, Rigondeaux, Gamboa. He's a Cuban fighter. These guys, have to defect from their country to come here and box professionally. Understand what I'm saying? So he had a extensive amateur career in Cuba. Cuba is being, praised as having one of the best boxing schools in the entire world. Their Olympic pedigree is paramount. So this guy, even though he has a handful of fights, he is still a well-versed and well-schooled fighter. And you can see it in the way he fights. That is why he's been pushed so fast. This is why he's been, put in the ring with a David Benavides with such a small handful of professional fights. Now, watching him fight, his skill set is crazy. Like I said, I'm a hardcore boxing fan. I love watching film. The 4 fights I did watch, I watched extensively. I studied his movement, and I watched his growth as he comes from the pedigree. As he comes from the amateur style of fighting now to more professional. The guy is tall. He's long. He's an inch shorter than Benavides, but he has a 4-inch reach advantage. He's not coming down in weight. He's not coming up in weight from 160 to 168 to 175, like a lot of David Benavides' opponents has come from. A lot of David Benavides' opponents, especially his well-known opponents, all his well-known opponents with names has come from a lighter weight. They had come up to 160 to 168 to fight him. All come from 154 in some cases to fight him. And Boo Boo Andrade. So not only is he fighting somebody more his size, he's fighting somebody who's a southpaw, who's longer than him. He's more athletic than him with his feet. David Morrell has very great feet. He's from the amateur school of boxing. So of course his footwork is going to be crazy. The length, the size, the southpaw stance, the punching power in both hands, and the feet is going to give Benavides problems. Mark my words, it's going to be Benavides problems. Think about it like this. Caleb Plant has won a few rounds against David Benavides. Boo Boo Andrade looked spectacular in the early part of the fight against David Benavides. He was actually winning on my card for a while, for the first 3 or 4 rounds before he started getting, beat down by the size of Benavides. This guy has that ability to do that, but has the size and the length to not only get away from Benavides if he need to, but he also had the size to bang with Benavides if he need to. I have not seen Benavides fight anybody with that yet. I'm gonna be honest with you. At this level, I have not seen him fight anybody who has those intangibles. So that, in my opinion, makes this an interesting fight. It makes it a great fight. I am actually excited at the possibility of an upset. Let's keep it 100. Canelo Alvarez fans, this is for you. And I'm pretty sure Canelo Alvarez fans are excited about the possibility of an upset. Not yet, because of course Morrell's not really known, but as this fight get closer, and as they start learning who Morrell is, you're going to start seeing a lot of Morrell bandwagon fans hopping on. They're going to hop on this train because they're going to see what a lot of us real boxing fans are saying, and they're going to put their money on that. But let me know, so the second question for this video is, do you think David Morrell is too green for David Benavides? With that being said, man, this is, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chan Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Slay. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.